Hey, it's me, the Carpet Guy. Hey, today we're going to talk about some upholstery. As you can see here, I am in sunny Sarasota, Florida. We're going to talk a little bit about upholstery cleaning. Now, first I'll tell you a little bit about me and my background with upholstery. I was very fortunate in college to be able to take a retail marketing track. And at that point in time, in my early 20s, I really wasn't totally sure exactly how all this intensive study about studying each and every fabric down to its molecular levels and understanding all of its characteristics was ever going to be something that would help me in this profession. Well, I had no intentions of, at that point, of being in this profession, but it was a huge help, because that's one of the biggest keys to understanding how to clean upholstery properly. Is first off is to know what fabric you have. Now I'm going to show you my upholstery here in my house, and we'll talk a little bit about upholstery while we're looking at this. Now, if you called me and you said, well, I have a couch, a love seat, and a chair. Well, as you can see, there's what I have. I have a couch. It's a very long couch. It's probably close to 90 inches. And then here's my love seat. And then over here's my chair. Now, I took the chair apart on purpose. If you look at a piece of upholstery, especially with these with all the pillows, oftentimes, each one of those is double-sided. Each one of those has to be flipped. You've got all these rolled places here around the arms. Upholstery is very, very time-consuming. As a matter of fact, it's the most time-consuming thing that we do, because to clean upholstery right, you really have to take your time and, again, pay attention to all the little places, like down inside these little creases right here, around side of the arms. You got to make sure you vacuum all the decks, and this one will be all dirty because this is where I sit all the time. But there's just a lot of things that need to be moved around. So let me show you some of the tools that I use that are a little bit, well, actually they're something that anybody could get a hold of. But again, because of my expertise and background in this is my first and foremost, my favorite tool. With a soft white towel, very easily, one of the places that you see, especially here in Florida, you see a lot of issues with the tops of these arms, and very often, again, in the head areas in the back, because of the body oils. Here we, are often in short sleeve shirts or tank tops, and so you get a lot of oil on those, and a little bit of detergent on a towel. You can buff the oils off. This fabric particularly is cotton, and I see a lot of cotton here in the south part of Florida, simply just because when you sit on cotton, it gives you that nice, cool feeling when you're sitting on top of it, as compared to some of the synthetic fibers, which can actually produce a warm feeling. So again, understanding exactly what fabric it is really has a big deal. Really has a big choice as to how we actually go about cleaning. We use the same variation on everything, but it's the care, concern, and passion to make sure it's done right. Some of those tools that help me. Let me show you my upholstery tool. When we are extracting, now in this particular fabric right here, I would probably do this one mostly low moisture with a nice fluffy foam whipped up in a bucket. I'd apply that with a sponge and work that foam across the surface, and then extract it with the towel. All of this upholstery right here that I just showed you, again, you're looking at probably 2.5 to 3 hours to clean all of this appropriately. Here's my other tool. Notice how when you see most extraction tools, you usually see like sticking out right there where my finger is, that's where the little squirty thing is, or the jet. But you'll notice on this tool, and it's kind of hard to see, but down inside there, right smack dab in the middle, that's actually where the jet is. So the jet's encased down inside the vacuum chamber. And the reason that's important is the water comes out of this tool, as soon as it hits the fabric, because you're going to have the tool pressed up against the fabric like this. So as soon as that water squirts out of that tool, it's going to hit the fabric and then get moved back in. Because if you ever measure a piece of upholstery fabric, I mean, it is literally, I don't even know if you can see on my finger, I mean, a lot of times you're talking about a 1/16 of an inch or an 1/8 of an inch thick. So you don't really want that water going deep down into that fabric. Another tool that I like a lot is this one right here. Now this one I'm able to use more for a mechanical wiping process. If I'm getting into something really dirty, I'll just use this. It's actually just a variable speed angle grinder, so I can change the speed of that depending on the soil. And just to show you here, I just did this just the other day. Here's another one where you can see it wasn't quite as bad. You can actually see the clean parts of that down on the inside where all the oils and soils are picked up on the surface, where this one's literally, there was so much. If you look at that really, really close, you'll see that that's a bunch of dog hair and stuff. And these things are absolutely wonderful when added to extraction, because you've actually got a wiping process going on. And people ask me all the time, they'll say, well, are you rubbing in your detergents? And what's happening is exactly the opposite. Is I'm adsorbing, AD, I'm sticking the soils, the dirts, the dog hairs and all that stuff that's literally woven and stuck inside the fabric that no amount of vacuum will ever take out. And you can clearly see that in these pads. There's this one that had all the hair on it. You can clearly see you can kind of see all those little dark marks and everything in there. That's actually just a bunch of, I pick it apart, you can actually see there's a bunch of dog hair. It'll probably show up a little bit better on that plain white one. It's not so dirty. You can see I got a big finger full of dog hair. So combining all those processes together, along with my deep background in upholstery and understanding fabrics, it's one of the reasons why I like to come in and do an inspection, because a couch, a love seat, and a chair, there's almost an infinite variety of types of fabrics, types of styles, how the arms are rolled and curved, the soil that's on them, which also ties into, which fabrics, because some fabrics like polyester and olefin will hold oils more. Cottons also release soils totally different than, say, a nylon or a polyester. So there's just a wide variety of things. So that's usually why we like to come out and take a look at them first. We use smartphone technology as much as we can. A lot of my customers will send me pictures of stuff, and I can give them some accurate prices over the phone. Saves me spending $3 a gallon in gas to come and see you. I love to come and see you, though. So that gives you a little bit of an outlook on how we do upholstery here at Like New Cleaning Sarasota. I'm glad you were here with me. If you have any questions, you've got all the contact information right here. I look forward to hearing from you, and we look forward to serving you in your home.